let's continue. Did you want to ask something else? That's all. That's all. We'll let you get back to your work, Monsieur Robinho. Can we go there again? I think we've bothered Monsieur Robinho enough. Let's move elsewhere. Just checking out what happens. It looks like that porcupine fellow has left the building. Did you want to ask him something? Nothing in particular. I just wanted some more details on this renard vulpes. But I suppose we'll have to leave it for now. And there's nothing over here, I guess, anymore. I think we found everything of value here we can possibly find. Let's not loiter. Okay, so where shall we go next? To this place? No, we're done here. Okay, let's go. Yep, let's make a move. Good call, we can always come back later if we've forgotten something. A new day, January the 13th. Wow, more places added to the list. Two more places. R&M Associates. Tucked away in a forgotten alleyway lies R&M Associates, a newly established private investigation firm. And we have Chocolat Emporium. Lander Hagelsack's Chocolate Emporium boasts to be the finest confectionery shop in all of Paris. So where to? Where to next? Let's go with the associates. It doesn't take one day. There is Mousy. Oh, customers. Hello. Is this the office of Renard Vulpes? Ah! It's you two. Mousy, what are you doing here? Oh, this is where I work. See, R&M Renard and Mousy. Monsieur Renard Vulpes and I carry out all sorts of investigations together. Although, to be completely honest, it's normally Monsieur Vulpes who chooses which case to take on. I see. Well then, can we speak with Monsieur Vulpes? Oh, I'm afraid that won't be possible. See, Monsieur Vulpes is on vacation right now. He's visiting his father in England. England? But he is set to return in a week or two. Maybe you can come back then. That's not good to us. Our case will be over by then. There's nothing to be done about it. I suppose we'll have to come back later. Wait, what? Can he help us? Oh, hello again. Hi, Mousy. Is there any sign of Monsieur Vulpes? No, not yet. He is still vacationing. Come back next week. Okay, definitely nothing out there. I guess we will continue to the Chocolate Emporium. Or Les Halles. You know what, let's go to this place. Not sure why, but let's just go. Les Halles. The pair arrive at Les Halles Market. Vendors and buskers, performers and thieves, bourgeois and peasants all bustle from place to place. Prince Juan said that he met a flower girl here, Signe, I think he said her name was. There's a swan with flowers over there, do you think that's her? I think so. It's possible that she knows a murderer, or even that she is a murderer herself, so we should probably act with tact and finesse. Excuse me, Mademoiselle Flower Lady, we would like a word. Tact, Sparrowson, tact. We've been over this. There she is, the swan, Signe. Or Signe, or whatever. Good day, monsieur. Are you interested in purchasing a flower? Yes, I wish to purchase a rose from milady. I'm afraid that I'm out of roses. I sold my last one a week ago. Perhaps you would be satisfied with a chrysanthemum instead. 'Tis a beautiful flower from a fair maiden. Please don't mind Sparrowson. He fell out of his nest as a baby, and he has said dumb things ever since. Hey, let me introduce myself. I'm Jayjay Falcon, defense attorney. Are you Mademoiselle Signe? That's right. Catherine Mary Signe. I suppose you're here to ask about the royal assassination attempt. How did you know? I'm no fool, monsieur. I know that a rose I sold was used as a murder weapon. To be honest, I'm surprised it's taken so long for someone to directly question me. Parisian police seem to have a habit of missing obvious leads, so do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions? Business is slow. Please ask away. Who bought your last rose? Mademoiselle, you mentioned that you sold your last rose a week ago. Who did you sell it to? Person who bought the rose, I didn't catch his name, but he was a charming red fox. Sounds like our Juan. I met him around a week ago on the 6th. We talked for a little while, about the usual things you know, like how everyone seems to be in debt these days. Then he bought a rose and left. I hear that the fox is on trial, but to be honest, monsieur, I don't think he is guilty. Oh, why is that? Well, actually never mind, it's just a gut feeling. Let's pressure her. Mademoiselle, it just so happens that we're defending this particular fox in the Cour d'Assises. If you have something to say that could prove his innocence, now would be the time to let us know. I'm sorry, monsieur, I can't. She's being threatened. Wait, Mademoiselle Signe, wait up. Damn. Nice display of tact and finesse, Falcon. You scared her off. Swan obviously knows something crucial about the case. We need to get to the bottom of whatever it is. Agreed. But I don't think she'll be in the mood to tell us anything else. I know. Why don't we try acting with a little more tact and finesse next time? Hush! A new day, January 14th. Let's try to go back to Les Halles. That's strange. I don't see any sign of the flower girl. Is she in here as well? Yes, a swan who works as a flower seller in Les Halles market. Soft-spoken, what is she hiding? And nothing added to my evidence. Yeah, probably because you scare her off with your crazy tact and finesse strategy, dummy. Or maybe you scare her with your horrendous and inappropriate flirting technique. I'll have you know that I can flirt like a peacock in tail-fanning mode. We really don't have time for this discussion. Let's just continue our investigation elsewhere. So we're done here. That leaves us the library and the Chocolat Emporium. Let's go with the library first. Here for a little light reading, are we? Not quite, Sparrowson. I'm following the hunting beagle's advice. Don't eat poisoned pork. The other piece of advice, that if you want to learn about a member of royalty, we should hit the library. Oh, that makes sense. Say, Falcon, I've been meaning to ask, since we're in the library and all, are you a classic literature fan, or do you prefer more modern works? I guess readings for squares. Yeah. Reading is so blasé. Give me a good modern opera any day. Good call. Nothing beats a well-made show. Speaking of which, I hear they are performing La Damnation de Faust at the Opéra Comique. I would sell my soul for front row tickets. Is that a mule? Nathan? Would you, monsieur, mind lowering your voices? I can hear your squawking from the other side of the building. Ah, my apologies, monsieur. We'll keep it down. Wait, you're a librarian, aren't you? An astute observation, yes, monsieur. As the only quiet person in the library, I am most assuredly the librarian. Well, now that we have your attention, my friend wants to ask you something. I do. Oh, right, I do. What can you tell us about Don Quixote? I borrowed this book from a friend. What can you tell us about it? Don Quixote of La Mancha? It's a classic. Everybody has read it. Yeah, everybody, but for those who haven't... I'm not going to sit here and summarize a great work of literature for two imbeciles who are too lazy to read. Nor would I expect you to, monsieur, but what can you tell us about the physical book itself? This particular book didn't come from any library. if that's what you're asking. See, there's no library stamp or card. I assume it was acquired from a bookshop. A French bookshop, if the French translation and publishing information wasn't a giveaway. I see. Thank you. Did you have any other questions, or can I get back to work? Yeah, what can you tell us about the Spanish monarchy? You seem like a scholarly, well-read individual. I'm sure you're up to date on geopolitical news and the like. I don't need your praise. Spit out whatever imbecilic question is in the back of your throat. He's not very kind, is he? Well, we understand that the Spanish throne is currently under dispute. Can you give us a brief rundown on who the contenders are? What a trivial question. Even an elementary school child can name the immediate heirs to every throne in Europe. Yeah. For the sake of those children who slept through that class, can you refresh our memories? Very well. Pay attention, because I'm not repeating myself. The current reigning monarch of Spain is Queen Regnant Isabella II of the House of Bourbon, daughter of King Ferdinand VII. Upon her death, the crown would likely fall to her husband, King Consort Francis, Duke of Cadiz. Those are not really Spanish names, are they? Although it is certainly possible that an immediate family member could stake a claim. However, the Queen's position is currently being disputed by the Carlists, headed by the Count of Montemolin. I hope that answers your question. Did you catch all of that, Sparrowson? Not a word. Monsieur, we're actually interested in a Prince Juan Querido of Spain. I don't think I heard that name in your explanation. A prince? Juan Querido? Is that what you said? Monsieur, I think you've been misinformed. There is no current Prince of Spain, and I'm not even sure Querido is a real name. There's certainly no line of any Spanish monarchy. How strange. What does this mean, Falcon? Well, one thing is for sure. Our client is not the Prince of Spain. Maybe he is a delusional lunatic, or perhaps he's involving us in some sort of con. We don't have long before the trial, but it may be in our interest to confront Prince Juan directly and get some answers. Right. Are you two quite done chit-chatting? I guess that's all. Don't worry, monsieur. I think we're done here. Thanks for your time. Then I bid you good day. So again, our client is lying to us. Occasionally, special cinematic scenes marked by an exclamation mark will pop up on the map screen. These cinematic scenes are only available for 1 day before disappearing, but they take no time to visit. Their viewing is entirely optional. Well, I'm doing that, January the 15th. Guess we need to go back to La Conciergerie to talk to the Spaniard, Juan, and still have to go to the Chocolat Emporium. But let's try this, La Loupe. Kind of curious. A storm is brewing, my brother. Word of a royal assassination attempt has spread. The proletariats grow confident, the bourgeoisie are cowering. It won't be long before we have real rioting. And then a revolution. Did the Falcon actually see that, or... So Juan is definitely a fraud, I think. Some kind of secret Fox organization who wants to overthrow the government or something. Anyway, before we head back to the Fox, let's go to the Chocolat Emporium over here. An elephant, Lander. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Lander Hagelslack Chocolate Emporium, the finest Belgian chocolate shop in all of Paris. I am Lander Hagelslack, the founder and owner of this establishment. And I'm Jayjay Falcon, defense attorney. Good day, monsieur. Oh, lawyers, very fancy. I must say that I once dreamt of being a lawyer, but, well, circumstances wouldn't allow it. It's a funny story, you see. When I was a young boy, I befriended the son of a Hungarian attorney. Falcon, you have to help me. What is it? It's the smell, Falcon. It's overpowering me. It's demanding that I lay waste to the shop. For pity's sake, restrain yourself, Sparrowson. Oh, but I'm rambling, aren't I? So are you messieurs here to buy some chocolate? Yes! No, we're actually here on business, monsieur. Business? First things first, we believe that this chocolate wrapper originated from your shop, are we correct? Oh, yes. It is indeed a trademarked Hagelslag wrapper for genuine Belgian Hagelslag chocolate. This was almost certainly bought from this very establishment. Very good. With that established, there is something else we wish to ask, Monsieur Hagelslag. Who bought this piece of chocolate? Can you tell us who bought the chocolate that was contained in this wrapper, Monsieur Hagelslag? I'm afraid not, monsieur. Not just because of matters of confidentiality, although that is a factor, you understand, but because I couldn't possibly know that. I thought elephants never forget. My memory is impeccable, monsieur, but you must understand that I have dozens of customers a day. There are hundreds of people who could have potentially bought this particular item. Is he smoking a cigar? So your memory is good, but you need further information. If we were to give you the description and name of a person, who would you be able to tell us whether they purchased something from you? Oh, yes, that I could probably do, monsieur. Let me think. Who to ask about? I guess we must pick Juan. The mule is in here, Nathan. An arrogant ass who works at the local library. It's okay, I can call him an ass when I'm being literal. And the elephant, the owner of Lander Hagelslag's Chocolat Emporium, the finest chocolate shop in Paris. Okay, but it's not... We're still missing 2 people. And 9 over here. Anyway, we want to ask about the fox. This one. Have you ever served Juan Querido, the Prince of Spain? A Prince of Spain? No, monsieur. Well, that's good to hear. Our clue would have turned into a dead end if our own client turned out to be the chocolate fiend. I did once serve a princess from Mali. If that's any help. You see, I met the girl while hiking through the Himalayas. Please stop. Let me think. Who to ask about? Oh. That would be idiotic. Quark. Those are just the people from the first case. Remington, Volerty. Could be Volerty, you know. Have you ever served a war veteran turned police inspector named Juste Volerty? No, monsieur. Let me think. That was wrong. I guess Major Howell could be the one. Have you ever served a member of the Royal Guard by the name of Major Howell? No, monsieur. Are you sure? Yes, monsieur. I have served many soldiers, but I don't recall seeing a major here in a recent memory. What does that mean, Falcon? Have we lost our lead? No, not necessarily. It just means that Major Howell didn't buy the chocolate that may have killed him. There's still the possibility that someone bought the chocolate for him. That's our lead. That's who we want to find. I see. I did once serve a high-ranking officer of the British Army who was on his way to Zimbabwe. If you want to hear that story. No, I don't want to hear that story. Monsieur, I'm growing tired of these endless inquiries. Mayhaps you should come back another day. You know, Falcon, it's possible that we just haven't encountered the chocolate fiend yet. Well, I don't... Nobody else comes to mind. The swan? Rather than coming back here every day and making aimless guesses, we should wait until we have someone specific in mind. You might have a point, person. Thank you for your time, Monsieur Hagelslag. We shall return when our investigation has progressed a little. Any time, monsieur. January 16th, Sunday. How much longer till the trial? Should we go back to the Emporium? Let's go to the conciergerie first. Talk to Juan again. You again. Visiting hours are over. Come back later. I have no time for your quibbling, monsieur. Stand aside. You can't talk to me like that. I most certainly can. We have reason to believe that you are housing a suspect under false pretenses. That is in direct violation of statutes 204b and 488c of the French Criminal Code of Justice. Failure to comply with our request may result